Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video, making yourself a priority. I'm Denise. It is a Wednesday Wisdom. Once a month, I try to do a Wednesday Wisdom. You ask, Denise, what is Wednesday Wisdom? It is where you have questions about pretty much weight loss, healthy lifestyle, or whatevs that I post in my Facebook group. You ask, and I answer now. Are my answers correct? Well, they're correct for me. They might not be correct for you. It's just giving you a general idea. Like, do I know everything? I don't. But I know everything for myself. I know what works for me. So maybe that might spark something for you. So remember, my opinion, I don't expect you to go, oh my gosh, she's so right. I may be in the general vicinity, but, And we're also going to pull the winners of our Galentine's Day giveaway. I keep saying contest. It's not a contest. It's a giveaway. So it's just, I've had stuff here wanting to give away, and I thought Valentine's Day was a perfect day for that. So we have two prizes, a box curated by me, which has, there's a mini loaf pan, there's a Hungry Girl mug in there. There's a few other little I know there's some black cocoa powder in there too, which that's stuff. Let me tell you something. That's worth its weight in gold. And what black cocoa powder is if you use like unsweetened cocoa powder, like, from, what is the one, Toll House or something? Or Nestle's, I think. This is, I get mine at an Amish bulk store. It is so, in my opinion, again, I think it's so much better. Because I used to get the Special Dark. And I think that was from Hershey's, I think. And I just found it to be a little bit bitter. But this one is smooth. It's like the chocolate of an Oreo cookie. So, and it's very pricey on Amazon. You can get a third of that for like $15. So this is a nice little, I put it in a cute little container from the Dollar Tree, and it's all ready to get shipped. So I have my box curated for that. So first prize winner gets the curated box. Second prize winner gets the little mini neck massager that they sent me by accident. Brands sometimes are very weird. Yeah, they sent me two of these. So I thought I'd give it to a lucky subscriber. Oh, there's also a Weight Watchers magazine in there too. I found I had a double. So you got that too. So the curated box has a lot of my favorite things. We'll put some teas in there, some snacks that I've been enjoying. You get to try. Like, I'll put maybe a protein powder in there, a snack, maybe my little packets of my popcorn or something might go in there. So a lot of fun stuff. So let's get to the questions, and I never look at these before I film, which is probably a good and a bad thing. I like being off the cuff, but sometimes if I think about something, I might have a better answer, especially when it comes to like food or something. All right, let's get to the beginning. I always shut off comments after that because I don't want people commenting on a post that's old. So in case you wonder, like, why is the comment shut off? That's why. All right. I struggle to stick with any program. I really want Weight Watchers to work for me. I like that it guides us towards healthy eating. How are you able to stay the course? What did you say to yourself to keep yourself going? Well, first, I really wanted to lose weight. Like, that desire was there, and I think that helps. Because I see people just going through the motions. Like, I truly wanted to lose weight. I truly felt terrible. I just felt I was at the worst shape of my life. So I really I wanted to lose weight. I really did. You could think you want to lose weight, but do you really want to put the work in to lose weight? So that's like the thing. First thing, it's the want and the desire. The first couple weeks were hard. The first couple weeks, it may sound funny to say it, but I suffered. I think because when you're used to eating as much as you want, when you want, and whenever you want, it's hard to stick to a program that says, you have this, and only this. I very much felt like I was starving the first couple. It did. That, I think when you get through the first, I would say at least 2, maybe 3 weeks, I was definitely 2, of that gnawing, that hunger, it literally feels like you're dying. And are you? No. Are you eating enough? You sure are, but you're just not used to eating what you used to eat. So I think you come off feeling so like, it's almost like detox. I hate to compare it to that, but for me, that's what it was. It was like, literally, I just was food obsessed. Like, I would sit there and I learned too that eating slower and not being the first one done was never the best idea, because if you're done and everybody's still eating, you're still staring at them. So I tried to like start after they started, so I would be finished after they were done. So I would have to stare at the meeting. But yeah, it's definitely, I kept going. I had no options. I knew that if I didn't stick and lose weight, that I would die. And the sad reality is I was told that. Not when I started. It was after I had started and I had went for my test for my sleep apnea. When he sat there and said to me, with these results, you'd have been dead in 6 months. Like, I knew I felt bad. I didn't think I felt that bad. So when somebody tells you that if you don't do something, you're going to die, and you were, I was quite 50 yet. Might have been, I can't remember my CPAP. I don't know. It might have been after. It might have been my second girl with Weight Watchers that I went and got the sleep apnea test. It was after my mother died. Because after she died, I gained more weight. But yeah, so I really felt that was my cusp. I had to get under 200 pounds. And I set myself small goals. Like, I didn't sit there and say, I need to lose 120 pounds. Well, we all know I did. But I set myself like small goals to achieve. And my one goal was to get to 200 pounds. And when I got there, it said to myself, I just want to get to 200 pounds. I'll be happy with that. Of course, being 270, I guess I would be happy with that. But then once I got there, and then at that point, you're on plan long enough, and you're in the mode, and you're in the zone, and you don't have that desire to feel sorry for yourself anymore. And I knew I could get to goal at that point. Not right away. Wasn't going to be in another 3 months. I knew it would be quite a while. At that point, it was probably when I started my channel. I think when I started my channel, I was 185. So it was before that, but I knew that I knew I could do it. I knew that it's going to take me time, and you chisel away at it. I think you get out of that mentality of it's not going to happen overnight. It's not. It could take years, but you're still eating and you're creating a lifestyle. So don't think of it as I have to be on this diet for how many. So that's what I took out of my head. It wasn't a diet. That's why I would eat a cake. Why I would make treats, because it wasn't a diet for me. It was a lifestyle. So yeah, I might not lose as quick as somebody else, but I knew I wouldn't have that rebound effect because I was having that cake. I was having those cookies. I was eating chips and things that I wanted to eat because for me, that was a lifestyle. And some people don't think of it like that. They don't eat chips. They don't eat cake. They act like they don't need it. And I think when you don't play to who you are, that's when bad things happen. You have to look, what are you not willing to sacrifice? And some people, it's regular ice cream. Even for me, I don't really love ice cream. I'm not a huge ice cream lover. It's not something I gravitate towards. I'm more towards cake. But if I was an ice cream person, even being not an ice cream person, I will not eat Halo Top and Enlightened. I don't like it. I don't like it. So but it's only 1 point or 2 points. I don't care. I don't like something. Why eat something because it's a low in points if you're not satisfied with it? Now the Knicks is some good ice cream that's low in points, and I enjoy that. Or I didn't get regular ice cream, I just eat less. We have an ice cream parlor we go to once in a while, and I just get a small. Luckily, I'm not a great ice cream fiend, but yeah, I'd rather have something that I like. Don't eat food you don't like, because that's part of why we don't stay on plan, because we don't like what we're eating. Don't eat it because it's low in points, 0 points. You eat it because you like it. Like I realized the other day, and I said it in a video, I don't like spaghetti squash. I don't. I like butternut and acorn and delicata. I don't like, and I was eating it and I'm going, why am I not enjoying this? Because you don't like it. Finally, I think it light bulb went off. I don't like it. Now, I wasn't using it as a pasta substitute. I just had it on the side of chicken. But even then, like, if you don't like something, then don't make it. Or if you have to make it, my Steve will eat anything. So I just gave him leftovers because you're giving me that? Because normally I don't share my stuff. I know. But unless you're on plan, you don't get to eat the good stuff. That's how I live anyway. If he was on plan, it'd be totally different. So he's like, you're giving me the spaghetti squash? I'm like, I don't like it. So why am I sitting here forcing it down? So eat what you like, find light ways to make it. And if it's not good enough, then you find a new way to make it. You have to, part of a challenge I had was called a care. It was CARE. And each thing meant something. But R in the care meant reinvent. Like, we can't eat the foods that put us here. Obviously, they're not working. You can say, well, you just eat less of it. Yeah, I'm a volume eater. Hi, I'm Denise. I'm a volume eater, and I try to eat less. So if I could have volume with bulk up with vegetables and stuff like that, so for me, I don't look like I'm suffering. I reinvent a lot of recipes. You see all my recipes that I have here. I love little one and done recipes because I like to see a nice piece of cake on my plate. I don't like to see a cake bite. And that's just me. And that's just how I deal with things. Like, how you deal with things is totally different. But that's, I hope I answered that question, but it was a very roundabout way. What is the best oil used in baking? Oh, okay. I don't use a lot of oil, as you see in my recipes, in my baking. If I'm making a one and done cake for myself, I don't put oil in it. There's usually applesauce, there's a banana, there's pumpkin. So if you want to use it in general baking, there's many foods of thought. There's many foods of thought out there. You have the fear mongers who tell you not to use this, and that. Oh, you should use the coconut oil. Honestly, I think whatever oil floats your boat. The God's honest truth, you're not eating that whole cup of oil or whatever, how much oil is going in there. You're having a fragment. And I mean, people use coconut oil, people use avocado oil. Olive oil, if you use the light or like the regular versus, I wouldn't use extra virgin in any baking. It's just too strong of a flavor. That is your finishing oil. That is the oil you have on salads. You drizzle over food, you have it on bread. Do not use extra virgin. I don't even saute with it because it's just got that much flavor. It's a finishing oil to me. I would just use regular olive oil. I've never used it. I use vegetable oil. Again, when I would bake, if it was baking something for somebody, I would probably use vegetable oil. I'd probably get slammed for that. But again, I'm not eating that whole entire portion of oil. I don't subscribe to fear mongering that this is bad for me. I'm not drinking that whole cup. But whatever floats your boat. Like I said, people use avocado oil. Steve loves avocado oil. We have that here as well. I do like coconut oil in my popcorn. I will tell you that since I've been using that lesser evil popcorn, those little snack packs, and they cook their popcorn in coconut oil, I've been liking that. I like the way it flavors it. See, certain oils have certain flavors, and that's why I have to watch. Would I put coconut oil in my baked goods? Unless I want a coconut taste, no. You want a very plain oil. So, that's what I would suggest, which is, I know not really answering the question, but I don't use a lot of oil. So I really feel uneasy answering that. I was thinking about making mini bread loaves and wondering about adding protein powder. Have you ever added protein powder to your mini bread loaves? I have not. I've never added, my only advice would be if you added it, just make sure it's wet enough and moist enough. Maybe start off with half a serving of protein and see how that goes. Because if you notice, a lot of the protein baked goods that I've seen in protein, like even pancakes, they have like 12 grams of protein, 14 grams of protein. You're not seeing, like a whole scoop of protein usually is 20. But you're never seeing anything that has 20 grams of protein in it. So I would suggest maybe having your scoop and just watch and make sure it's moist enough. But I have never done that, but that might be something fun to try. I've put protein powder in my balls. I have. That is a great way to use up protein powder that you don't like. Is putting it. There's this one. It was a plant-based one. Terrible. I don't know. A good plant-based protein. I have not found one that I enjoy. It all tastes like, I don't want to say the word. It's not dirt. It tastes like Play-Doh. But when you make it into a ball, I guess, and add a bunch of stuff to it, helps. What is your favorite smoothie with chocolate protein powder? Probably a banana and peanut butter. If I were to make one, I would put peanut butter powder and a banana. Because chocolate, banana, peanut butter is like my favorite. Probably, that's often all I've ever done. Though you could put, I don't know, could you put like fruit in there, make it like a raspberry chocolate? See, I'm not a raspberry lover, but I think that would, you put some frozen raspberries in there, that might be good as well. But yeah, it would be peanut butter and banana. Could be just peanut butter and chocolate, or just banana and chocolate, or peanut butter and banana. So you can that could give you 3 different smoothies. Like I said, just peanut butter. You can use regular peanut butter if you want to, but I find the powdered blends really well. and it gives you that pop of peanut butter without all those points and calories and fat that you really don't need. Do you ever go into negative weeklies after you eat all 28 points? I have, not often. If there's a big event, I usually do, because some big events have adult beverages, and sometimes I do like a good champagne. I do. So maybe at a wedding, it would come from adult beverages. I'd probably have 2 or 3 if we're out, and maybe a dessert. So yeah, I mean, and I don't go to that event with a full day of points either, because I'm not gonna not eat all day or eat 0 points. I mean, you could eat 0 points. I just honestly don't gravitate towards them. Plus, mostly chicken I would probably have in turkey, but there would be a piece of bread in there somewhere along the line. So I would not go to that event with all my dailies. So I always have to dip into my weeklies at most events. But there's nothing wrong with that. Bread suggestions. It depends on how much points you want to spend. If you're looking for a 1-point bread, I do adore the Schmidt's Baking 647 Italian is my favorite. I was big on that for a long time. I mean, up until probably Goal, maybe even after. My only problem with it, it's delicious. It makes really good avocado toast. It's shocking. It's just sometimes it doesn't keep me full. So I moved on to like the Dave's Killer bread, where you're paying 2 points, maybe 3 points. They have a thin, they have a regular. I usually like the one, the green, it's the high fiber one. It could be 3 points a slice, but it's a really good dense piece of bread. So I do like that. Peter has been into, every time he goes to the store in the bread department, he's been buying these sourdough bread. So everybody, sourdough is all in right now. It's everywhere. It's sourdough nation anymore. Everybody's got a sourdough. I had sourdough starter for a while. My problem with it is I just don't bake that much. So to have to tend to that sourdough starter every day was driving me insane. And that's my problem. It's like having a child. You could put it in the fridge, but then when you gotta take it. It was too much aggravation. It was not like you could make it, use it, and be done with it. You had a starter. So I think that was my problem with it. But everybody's doing sourdough everything. It's good for your gut. It's good for, like, even people that have that are gluten-free could have some sourdough. So I've heard, because I don't know, something in the sourdough does something to the gluten. I don't know. Again, don't quote me on that one, but I've read that somewhere. But Dave's Killer, I like. Ezekiel bread, I love the sesame Ezekiel. I believe you can get 2 slices for 3 points. I think it's 1 for 1, 2 slices for 3. That makes an awesome avocado toast. It's a seed bread. It's not a flour bread. It's made from seeds. I love it. And I've had their cinnamon raisin, which was good. I never had the other one. I've only had the sesame and the cinnamon raisin. They're both good. You can get them at Trader Joe's. If you go to your regular grocery store, they'll be in the freezer department where the gluten-free stuff is, I think. I don't know. I think because it's a seed bread, it molds very quickly. So even if you get it at Trader Joe's, which they sell it on the shelf, which I think is previously frozen, but I don't know for sure, I always take it and put it in the freezer. When I want it, I pry the slices off. You have to keep it in the freezer or you'll get mold. So yeah, so check your regular store for the Ezekiel in the freezer section. But yeah, 647. People say Sara Lee. I was able to get 647, so that's all I bought. And 647 has a wheat, a white, an Italian, a potato. They have rolls, they have bagels, and English muffins. I will say their English muffins are so much better than Thomas's. They're just light and fluffy. I adore them. I think they're 2 points each. But yeah, the 647. I know a lot of people on the West Coast can't get them. It's more of an East Coast thing. So if you're East Coast, you might be able to find them. I know sometimes you can get the bread at Sam's Club, would sell a twofer at some Sam's Clubs. What I would suggest, go on their website and see if you can get a product locator if it's in your area. I know a place called Nutrition. You can get it online. It's cheap. Amazon is ridiculously expensive. Nutrition has the best price online if it's a bread you would want to buy online. But that's my bread suggestions. What's the best way to deal with an awkward meeting up with an old WW friend that has gained all their weight back? I try to act natural and friendly and talk about something else we have in common besides Weight Watchers. Yeah, because I think sometimes you like you stare, and you don't mean to. It's just you're like, wow. I don't know if I've ever had. Have I had that? I'm trying to think. I mean, I've been the one who has gained. I've met people. I would just say try to your best. Maybe she just needs your support to get back on track. Maybe she wants to. It is awkward, but remember, her weight doesn't define her. Your weight doesn't define you. So don't try to like feel like, wow, she gained her weight back. Don't try to judge that she can. I don't think you are, but I'm just saying, like, remember that we've all been there. We've all been there way too many times. Maybe reach out and be a friend and try to suggest different things or get together. Maybe she'll reach out to you if she feels that she's comfortable to say, hey, I really want to get back on track. I've fallen off and I just need to get back on the wagon. Suggest the site here, Dish with D. Just be, like I said, just because it's hard when you've gained that weight back. You know that. And you just need a friend. You need somebody that's not going to judge you and realizes that there's a human under that. And it happens. It happens for many reasons. And just be there for her. And maybe she will reach out and say, hey, I'd like to get together, or, I need some help, and maybe we can go for a walk, or maybe ask her to meet at the mall and just walk around the mall, and maybe she'll eventually open up. And because it's tough to, especially when you're with somebody that's successful and you've gained weight, it's like you feel like you might not even want to contact. She might not want to contact you because she feels inferior, and she feels like she's not worthy, and you do so much better than I did. And so maybe you should reach out to her and offer that olive branch, and let's get together and let's do this. Let's go shopping. Let's hang us. I always say have lunch. Lunch is always a bad thing when it revolves around food. It's like, but maybe that might be the reason that she'll open up. But it's hard. It's hard to be that one, when you're sitting there watching the successful person, you hear the failure. You're not, it's normal to fail. Unfortunately, it's the keeping yourself in that mode. And like I said, just try to reach out, and maybe she just needs somebody who understands that. Tips on getting back on track when you've fallen off the wagon. I fell off Christmas and haven't been able to get fully back on track. Well, I've had that happen too. Why is it Christmas does that to us? Why is it because I think my opinion on that is I think we overindulge. And when you get back, that was a little bit of an emotional question. I think when you overindulge, you get right back into that old mindset. I know for me, it's easy to get back to the old Denise. The old Denise where she just ate the cookies that she wanted to eat and then you act like you're entitled to eat those cookies. Well, it's Christmas. You're only here once a year. And when that entitlement mentality comes in, you just eat, and then later you've dealt with this gain. I am still with weight that I gained at Christmas. Here we are, February 21st. 2 months later, I still have that 4 pounds that I put on at Christmas. That is such an annoyance, you have no idea. And I think to myself, and I say this every year, I think too, I'm not going to do that next year. I think realizing that when I gain, it's very difficult. And I've never had this much issue in the whole, my whole journey of losing. I never lost fast, no, but I never struggled as much as I struggle now. I don't know if it's because I'm older. I don't know. It's just been, and I'm realizing that anytime I gain a significant, like 3 or 4 pounds, it's as much as say, well, maybe it's just visiting. No, it never just visits. It sits there and pitches a tent. So I think, for me, what I've learned this time around, hopefully it sticks and remind me in December too. I'm holding you all to that, that I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to have those cookies because it's the only time they're here. Oh, well, I'm going to have one. I'm not going to sit there and have 4, 5, and 6 because this is the only time that they're here. I'm going to indulge. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that because it's only Christmas. And I'm allowing myself to gain weight because it's the holidays. I justify that. So I'm not justifying it anymore because I don't need to be suffering with this months later. So what I would suggest is commit. The CARE acronym. The first CARE, the first thing is an acronym we all should follow. I think it's one of the best things I've ever thought of. CARE. Do you care about yourself? Do you care about your journey? CARE. C. Commit. Commit. Commit to doing it. Commit to sit there and saying, because once you get into the routine of doing your journey, it becomes easier. When we sit there and like do good with breakfast and lunch and screw up at dinner, no. You get right back on track. You do better for yourself. You owe it to yourself to do better. Care about yourself. Commit to that. What was the A for? I remember the R was reinvent, and E was enjoy. Enjoy everything. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your food. And enjoy what you do. Enjoy your exercise. You have to enjoy it in order to continue to do it. What was the A? Ask yourself. That's what it was. Ask yourself why. It's like, I try to put the why in there because I feel like that's a huge thing. It's why we do what we do. Why? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to get back on the wagon is what I would ask you. Why? Is it health? Is it the way you feel? Is it the way you look? Why? Those things are important. You have to commit. Ask yourself why. Reinvent your food to things that you like. Don't eat food because I'm out buying one of the smart ones because they're low in points, and those low point TV dinners, well, they're only 8 points, and you see how much food you get for 8 points. Reinvent your food. Having beautiful plates of food with your protein and your vegetables and your good carb. There's nothing wrong with a potato. There's nothing wrong with some rice and a pasta. We just can't have a lot of it. And I don't like when I hear, I don't eat pasta anymore. I don't eat rice. I only eat cauliflower rice. There's nothing wrong with rice. Yes, we can't have a shit ton. No, but you can have 3 and 4 points worth of something. 2 points of potatoes is what I usually have. Sometimes I go to 3, but it's mostly 2 points. Depends on, how much I've made, but it's usually 2, but I can go up to 3. And that's a nice portion of potatoes. It's good for you. It's grown in the earth. It's a whole food. So many people are into this whole food mentality. And you know what? Potatoes. I think rice is a whole food. I'm not really even sure. Again, I'm not an expert in any of that, nor do I claim to be. But I feel there's nothing wrong with potatoes, rice, and pasta. And I eat plain pasta. I don't eat any whole wheat. I don't eat any chickpea. I don't eat anything funky. I eat regular because I have a family to feed. If I had to sit there and cook 2 different pastas, we would never eat. I just have less. I have my 2 ounces. It's 6 points. I'm willing to pay 6 points for pasta because most times I'm having a 0-point marinara on top. I'm having a beautiful piece of chicken or some fish or whatever. So I'm not really worrying about the points. Don't sit there and don't eat all your points. I mean, think about that. When you have a 0-point protein and you could fit in a potato or a rice or a pasta in there and have a beautiful plate of vegetables. Remember, half of your plate should be vegetables. It's the year of the vegetable for me. I'm working on that. But you have to commit and you have to enjoy your food and you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to keep trying. You know what? If I gave up, this channel would cease to exist. Look at my weigh-in Monday. It was horrible. I had a horrible day. I'm not gonna lie. I was not happy about that weigh-in, and I thought to myself, I had my pity party. I did, and then I woke up Tuesday with just like, you don't have a choice. You can't go back because A, you'd have to buy all new clothes. 2, you'd feel like crap. And 3, probably, I would probably gain so much weight back really easily. I know I would, because I obviously gain weight really fast. So I know this. Do you want to do that again? No. Do you want to start from scratch yet again, Denise? No. Think about, you're here. You're at this moment. You're only 10 pounds. If you lose yourself in your own thoughts, you're going to be 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. And all of a sudden, you're 50 pounds where you are. Stop right now and think about where you're at. And I did that. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I let myself be sucked into this pity party, 10 pounds is nothing compared to what it could be. And you have to talk to yourself. That's huge. You have to have this conversation with yourself. Am I worth it? Do I need to be healthy? Yes. So, but remember, healthy doesn't have to be restrictive. I've watched so many channels out there. I mean, YouTube is full of, positive and negative. There's so many things that confuse you there. Like, it's like, well, she says this, but she says that. I don't know what to believe. Believe what you want to believe. You only what knows yourself. You have to make this journey sustainable, that you can continue to do it. And you don't have these off the wagon moments because you're fitting in foods that you like. Are you too restrictive with your foods? Are you sit there and say, I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have that. I buy sugar-free chocolate. Why? Because your girl likes chocolate. I don't have to binge on chocolate because I have it. I don't have to binge on chips because I have them. I have them in individual bags because I like chips. There's nothing wrong with potato chips. There's nothing wrong with baked chips. There's nothing wrong with pop chips. I love popcorners. They're so good. But for me, I need individual bags because my shirt is red. I will get into that bag too many times. It's who I am. And in order to avoid that, I buy them individually. And shock of all shocks, I don't open another bag. So at least I'm good at that way. So I hope some of these tips helped you. Like I said, this is, for me, I always say for me, I feel I'm a food addict. And when you've been as heavy as long as I've been, you have to make some accommodations to fit into that. And you have to know who you are. And you have to deal with what I have. I can't sit there and be somebody else. I can't sit there and just say no. And like, I love when you just don't eat that. Why do you eat that? Because I want it. And it's hard to fight that. So how do I want it in a sustainable, good way? So I find my little hacks and treats, and I do share them with you. Might not work for you. It might. Who knows? But that is it for the Wednesday Wisdom. We have to pick our winners for the contest. So let me get the random comment picker up and let's pick our winners. Alrighty. I hope I put those winners in. Lynette Flynn was the winner of the box of goodies, and Anmana is the winner of the neck massager. So congratulations, ladies. Make sure you message me your address and I will get those out to you as soon as I can. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the giveaway. It was fun to do. It was fun to, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of fun to do. So I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So if you enjoy this Wednesday Wisdom, let me know. It's this once a month thing. I know you guys really love this video. It's fun to do. Sometimes it's hard, like today, I've got a little clump there for a minute. But when you talk about the seriousness of what we go through, it's near and dear to my heart. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know with a big old thumbs up. Like I said, you don't have to agree with everything that I said. I know. If you have your opinion, please put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. But just be nice, and that's all. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with Dee. We do healthy lifestyle tips and tricks just to get you through. And I hope you hit that subscribe button. Join our community here. Our community is growing every day. Oh my gosh, every day there's somebody new here. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm meeting so many new friends. It's fantastic. So welcome to the community of Dish with Dee. We also have a fantastic Facebook group. If you've not hit that, Dish with Dee's crew. We are on Facebook. It's a private group, so join us there as well. And I will dish with you another day. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow for the vlog, which I'm filming currently. Bye for now, gang. Gangaroonies.